Picking up where we left off, we are following the one thing leads to another on the topic of trees, which led me to do this side note of how genealogy is referred to in this country as family trees, and so led to the #1 company who is the holder of genealogies and DNA in the United States, which is ancestry.com. And we're just getting a glimpse of the unsettling relationships and connections some of these companies have with one another, and what appears to be a unified agenda these companies have when you look a little harder at those relationships and connections. So, with 2012 being a big year for Ancestry, one of the first connections that we see was with 1,000 Memories, which is a website to share and organize old photos with people's testimonies and family trees, which I guess is kind of similar to what Facebook eventually became. That morphed into Ancestry Health and partnered with Google, or a Google subsidiary previously mentioned in part 1. My concern here is that this subsidiary, Calico, is focused on investigating human heredity. In other words, a tech company merging with or associated with a healthcare or genealogy or DNA-based group. So that leads me to asking the question, why? We've established Calico is a biotech company with its focus on reaching immortality. I mean, that's really the long-term objective here. We were introduced in 2016 to GIC Private Limited, which is a sovereign wealth fund owned by the government of Singapore, and Silver Lake, another private equity firm, which both bought stakes in Ancestry. So when you look at GIC, its headquarters are of course in Singapore and was created or established by an elite banking family. And just in knowing that, why do you suppose they want stakes in Ancestry or the DNA of those who have freely offered it in search of their family trees? GIC's investments range from and include Sovereign Wealth Fund, Tishman Speyer Properties, BlackRock Realty, the Swiss Bank, Citigroup, Oak North, a British specialist bank, and Dapper Labs, which is a blockchain entertainment company. So as you can see, they have their fingers in many different interests, don't they? Moving on to Silver Lake, their investments are even more broad, including but not limited to Airbnb, Alibaba Group, Ancestry, Broadcom, Credit Karma, Dell Technologies, Expedia, GoDaddy, Lightbox, Motorola, Norton LifeLock, Red Ventures, Skype, Seagate Technology, Twitter, Waymo, Weld North Education, and that's just to name a few. And their headquarters are in Silicon Valley, with offices in New York, London, and Hong Kong. I'm going to try to keep my points brief. Silver Lake was funded in 1999, and they claim to focus on mature technology companies. So what's that? It's technology that has been in use long enough that most problems are reduced or removed. However, It could also refer to technology that isn't used widespread. Look at that. Look at that little twist and play on words that they do. That it could mean both of those things. And I'd say, knowing what we know now, it's mostly, or most probably, the latter that they are involved in, which is technology that isn't used widespread. Just to recap here, they have connections to many entities that have the same global agenda. And the overwhelming theme here is they invest in many things that connect technology, DNA, with biolabs and us. And why do you suppose that is? Stranger things looking more real every day, wouldn't you say?